What's up, everybody? What's up, Brews, Bros, fans, etc.?
I hope he didn't expire.
Uh-oh. Is that what happens? Oh, no, it says we're live, but we're not. Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
Facebook takes a minute.
Letting the Zuckerbergs catch up.
Zuckerbots. Zuckerborgs?
Zuckerbergians?
Is that it?
Burgodarians?
Burgodarians?
Zuckerbergodarians?
I like that you were like Zuckerberg. I don't know.
Zuckerberg, I don't fucking know that stuff. Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's
Are we good? Are we good?
Like
Yeah, we are live. It's going. What's up? Welcome to episode 57, Brews, Bros, and BS. Apparently the only beer cast in the area that makes breweries cry. But tonight, we got Scott Brewing's MoSka Mule, their 23rd anniversary ale, and we got Boulevard's Tart Apple Radler. See you in a bit. Hey, what's up, everybody?
I love that it says it's been 57 weeks, and you're like, it's this one, yeah?
Which one do we look at?
This week?
Which one? What day is it? Hey, like I said, tonight, episode 57, we got Scott Brewing's MoSka Mule. That's what we're starting off with. And then we're going to go into Boulevard's Tart Apple Radler. So, as always, I want to give a couple shout-outs to everybody. Last week, there was a whole bunch to name off, but who joined in, liked, shared last week's video, commented, kept us alive while our good buddy Tate was off doing whatever Tates do.
Apparently eating lobster on the beach.
Yeah.
Or the coastline. I guess it wasn't a beach.
That's push. I will give a special shout-out to
sounds so bad.
To Will, Jordan, and Elder, though, for you guys keeping stuff going. And then also shout out to everybody who liked the page recently. We got 18 new likes as of last week.
Oh no,
so,
I can't come up with 18 names.
Yeah, the numbers keep growing. I know, it's like I don't even give the real names anymore, and now you can't even do fake names.
More numbers.
We're gonna 18. All right, here we go.
Jeff, Jerry, Jimmy, Johnny, James, which is kind of like Jimmy, Joseph, Jacob, Jennifer, Jesse, the boy's name. Wait, we're gonna go with A's. Adam, Amanda, Aaron, Amber, Andrew. Yeah. I don't know. There's Brian, Beth, and one more?
Bryce.
Bryce. There we go. Boom.
Thanks,
Boom.
guys. All you guys.
Said, welcome back.
Chandler, John, Elder, Josh. What's up, guys?
What up, Elder? What up? Good.
That's a lot harder than
Elder's on Twitch, right? This is what we discovered last time.
Yes,
it's gonna take me a while to
Facebook.
What's up, John?
It's gonna take me a while.
Whatever, Chandler.
No, and then also we also want to give a huge shout out to Cave Divers for hooking us up every week. Those guys are always great to us. Yeah, giving us new beers, always keeping the rotation going, so we get new beers. What's up, Eric Pack? And I guess I will on my end give you a little bit of a personal apology for a bit of grief that we got going on with our intro, but yeah, we'll behave more ish. Probably not, but yeah, no. I'll just say my bad. My bad, homie. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
I'm gonna double down on fuck those guys. Fuck their beer. You know what? Last week I said I liked the tart one. Fuck it, I don't. You got a 7? It's a 2 now. I was drunk.
Oh fuck. No, but thank you guys already. Everybody who's here already, saying what up, what up.
You can say, I'm sorry I didn't like your beer, but I'm not sorry for what I said.
I'm sorry.
I think the thing that got brought up was just it was the amount of hounding, and with Will joining in with us, it did go on extensively, but I thought it was hilarious.
I'm sorry my opinion hurt your feelings, but it's still my opinion.
But on that note, we did compliment last week's beer of theirs. It's just their other ones are shit.
Yeah.
And now we realize what their people are like, and they're kind of shit.
Oh,
I wouldn't go that far. I don't talk shit on anybody as the person until I've met him in person.
So, fucking
That's
Tate,
a good point.
you were in the New
personally.
England territory area, right? New England?
Yeah,
Up
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Doing all that shit.
New Hampshire, Vermont. Vermont's cool. Go there. New Hampshire too.
I thought you said Vermont cool. I was like, what is that?
Connecticut, Yale University was a shithole. Oh, it was a literal shithole as far as I'm concerned. Like it's
as far as I'm
UC Packs because I'm cave.
It's the oldest university I think in the country. It was founded in 1709. Mm-hmm. But when it was in 1709, it was in the middle of nowhere. Now it's in the middle of the bad part of New Haven, and it's a busy fucking city, and it was gross, and the traffic was just insane.
Taylor, remind me to tell you about aeroplanes, because I'll forget, but remind me to tell you about it later.
The college was, or that area of town?
Where the college is located, in that quadrant of town.
The campus itself?
The campus itself, I mean, like the buildings? Yeah, yes. They were crazy. I mean, it's a school that was kind of based in theology, so it has a lot of church influence in its architecture. So yeah, that was cool.
Yale was lawyers.
It's just Ivy League.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah, it's just Ivy League, like Yale, Princeton, Harvard.
Well, yeah, but I thought there was like a more common route for people who go there. Like you don't hear, I'm a computer scientist from Yale. Maybe you do actually. Computer science,
just like anything with a master's degree, basically.
I'm a history teacher from Yale. That's something you don't hear.
Yeah, I mean the school was originally theology, so it was religion.
Okay.
But I mean they have a medical, they have a law, they have architecture, they got all of it now.
Anybody else who's drinking? Let us know what you guys are drinking. I know we're talking architecture, but
I'm gonna share.
We're drinking the MoSka Mule. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
What?
MoSka
Why are the
MoSka?
things blinking on the background?
MoSka Mule.
It's messing me up.
It's a dead pixel. Ignore it.
It's all over the place.
Just ignore it.
They can't see it here, anyways.
Yeah,
a little bit, yeah.
The star is twinkling.
Man.
Well, real quick before we get onto the dark void that we're in, you also had, along with your trip to New England area, you had another event happening yesterday.
I also had my birthday.
And your birthday.
And my 5-year anniversary.
Fuck your anniversary. No, I don't want to say that. Teresa's a nice lady.
And yeah, yesterday, surprise, surprise, I got belt promoted.
And it's on the page. We shared the picture of him getting his blue belt.
Yeah.
See, you said surprise, surprise there, like you weren't surprised. You were surprised.
I know, I absolutely was surprised. Yeah, apparently there was a group message that went out to everybody on the team, so they knew that that if I showed up tonight, I'd be belt testing, and I almost didn't go.
And to beat the shit out of you with belts.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, what was the test? Because I heard you talking a little bit about it, but I was getting ready to ship for cast.
As far as like the official test?
Yeah. So what did you have to do last night to get to the next level?
Well, I mean, so it was different than one that I've. I've never been a part of a belt test before, so and every instructor does them different. Because I mean, some people do it very formal,
Thanks, guys.
where they expect you to be able to do certain things on command. And so you need to do this. You need to do this sweep. But other people will just watch watch intense rolling sessions that you have, and they've seen you for years. I've been with John now for a year, and I've trained for almost 3. And so, I mean, they just kind of, you've put in the time. They know your skill level because they roll with you every day. And so that's just, that's up to the discretion.
What level belt, as far as I guess number wise, is a blue belt? Is like a third, second one?
Second one.
So your first, when you get your initial belt, is white?
Yep.
And then you get a blue. Nice.
And blue, I mean, it's a solid year commitment.
Right, yeah.
I'm
definitely not.
You got 2 promotions.
I'm Justin.
I got stripes.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, you get stripes. And I don't know, like some people don't do stripes at all. And they'll say, you got your blue belt now. Or they'll say, hey, you're going to test. Come, you're going to test. We're going to make your life hell. Because, I mean, they put you through some shit. People, I mean, like, they'll do the Shark Tank where everybody's watching and you start rolling with somebody, intense rolls, and then you just go from one person to the next one, and they're all fresh, and you're going from one to the next.
Yeah.
And you are expected to be able to continue to use technique and those things that you learn. And it requires a certain amount of fitness because you get somebody fresh, rested coming at you.
We used to do that back when I was wrestling. We would do the same thing. And it sucks too because like ours would always
Justin?
No matter where you're at, once you started over, you started Shark Tank, you'd start lightest weight class and work your way up. So at the beginning, you go, okay, these guys are lighter, whatever, got a lot more energy, but then like you start getting your heavier boys, and now you're exhausted, and you have them, and you're like, this fucking
So blue belt's weird though, because it's the
what's up, AJ?
the most
Dave, what's up, man?
commonly quitted belt. Like once you get to blue belt, a lot of people stop coming. And so,
Really?
I mean, it'll probably be like I would imagine a 2 to 3 year progression to get to purple belt. Maybe I'm wrong. Just
You think that's just a matter of like, hey, I did something with jiu-jitsu, now I'm ready to bail out, kind of thing, or what?
Yeah, I mean, it proves something to somebody. I mean, once they get to the next belt, that it satisfies something internally as far as letting them know they can do something.
You like that guy that cut you off at the gas station?
I've already quit going as much.
Yeah,
I haven't been in like 3 weeks.
so like that scenario, when I was at the gas station and I wanted to get out of the car and go interact with this guy acting a fool. The internal voice was John's voice. It was John's like, Tate?
He's your good conscience?
Yeah, he's part of it. Like, I mean, so I'm like, dude, I trained jiu-jitsu. I'm going to set this dude on his fucking face.
Yeah.
That was what I wanted to do. And I just, the internal voice that you have,
That's good.
you got to listen to him. But then you have David Goggins that'll say, don't listen to that fucking voice in your head.
Tell it to kiss your ass.
Yeah, that voice will tell you you're not capable of doing things. It just depends on what the voice is saying, I guess.
But you didn't whoop this guy's ass.
No, I stayed in the car. Flying birds. Oh, Jesus.
Now, had he started fucking with your vehicle, you would have been out.
Oh, no, yeah. It was on the edge. My blood was fucking heart was going like this.
So what did he went and
What's
like
up,
swerved
Will?
in front of your car? Like power slid? Like,
I wasn't driving, and I wasn't looking. But we were at a roundabout, and something happened between the two cars. Somebody felt like they got cut off or something. Normally, that's just a slam on your brakes, honk, and go on. But we were pulling into this gas station parking lot, and he went around, and he came back in the parking lot, and then he zipped in front of us, locked him up, slammed it in park, doing this, in my seat. I'm a passenger, and I wasn't paying attention to what happened, but all of a sudden, shit's going down. I was like, fuck this.
Fucking Will. Will says, "What's up, motherfuckers?"
What's up, dude? Hey, sir.
Will, you got to remind me to tell you a story. Just remind me to tell you about a story about the cast. It's a good one. I don't know if you know. You might know already, but
So that you just kind of
Stay in the car. Just let this fucking dude go about his business. I was on vacation. I don't want to go to prison on vacation. I don't want to get arrested while on vacation.
right.
In another state.
In another state, and totally fucking. And it was on my birthday. It was Thursday of my birthday. It was like 4 o'clock, and then it took me 3 hours to fucking calm down. I was like, "Give me beer. Where's beer?"
I remember you said, I need a beer so bad. I've only had 2 experiences like that ever, and one of them was we were going down Crawford, and it was in my wife's truck, the one that I'm offering to give to this guy, and this guy tried to like merge into us, and I mean we weren't like he wasn't coming off a turn or anything. He was just we're a giant truck. He's a small car, and he just tries to merge into us. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm looking at him, and I roll down the window. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's just flipping me off. So I'm half out the fucking door, I'm just screaming at him. And, I was so fucking mad. And I'm like, what? How is this our fault? Like, I'm so fucking pissed.
That's the way all those city drivers drive. They get out, they go in the front, and then they just basically force their way in. And they don't give a fuck.
Yep. Jesus. The other time was we were pulling into the mall. And you know how the mall has the 2 lanes once you pull in, and the one is to go one direction, the other is to go the other direction. Guys in this lane, we're turning, he whips in front of us, and then he just pulls in and parks, and I'm like, and this is probably 8-10 years ago, closer to 10 years ago. So my little sister was with me. This was when Ashley was little. I mean, she was like 11 years old, and I get out of this car. And I'm just fucking yelling at this guy because he's parked right there, and I'm just parked in it's a lane? No, not even a lane. Like, not actually parked. Just stop there, get out of the fucking car, and I'm screaming at this guy. And his wife, girlfriend comes out, and she's like, "What's your problem?" I'm like, "You shut the fuck up! Who knows what they did?" And my sister's like, "You're scaring me." I'm like, "No, they could have killed you." And I'm losing my shit. And finally, they just walk away, and I'm just so fucking just angry. I'm like, like it was. Oh man, it was fucking terrible.
I've been a witness to many a Walmart parking lot fight. If you just go hang out, they happen. People fucking God, just yell. Oh my God, it's a fun time.
Craziest thing I ever saw in a Walmart parking lot, and it was basically just outside of the doors. There was someone trying to shop. It was someone trying to shoplift and get away with it. Or whatever. I think it was in Wichita. I want to say. But this chick comes booking ass out of the front door. Like, I'm getting ready to walk in. She comes booking ass out. These two guys are running after her, following her. One of them goes and grabs her by like the shoulder here. And then, like, I think he was going to try to grab her by the shoulder like this, but he kind of stumbled and fell like that, so his other hand kind of landed on her hip. And when he did, he pulled like this.
Pulled the fuck out.
Well, no, it just pulled her shirt up just a little bit. But she had, like, boxes of Cheerios and shit, like, stuck in the waistband of her pants and shit. It was the craziest thing ever. Like, shit just large amounts of shit falling out of the waistband of her pants, like boxes of cereal. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And it was her, and there was another chick. And the other chick just fucking booked it and like took off and left her there. Like,
she's got burners.
Yeah, it was.
That's survival of the fittest.
David
Perfect
said
example.
you'd be fucked if you went to prison, literally. And Jason yelling at women, just another Sunday.
Pretty true. That's pretty true. Sundays today, I hang out with my wife and kids. So absolutely. No, this weekend when we were in KC, Sarah texted and she's like, "There's a police chase in the parking lot of Walmart."
Yeah.
Or police chase at Walmart, and I was like, in the Walmart or in the Walmart parking lot? She's like, what do you think? I was like, I don't fucking know. That's why I'm asking. She's like, in the parking lot. I was like, oh, okay.
Dude, if I was somebody running, I'd run into a Walmart. You could probably ditch somebody in a Walmart.
Me.
Oh yeah.
Hide somewhere. Natalie Portman lived in one for like her whole pregnancy.
So who picked out this MoSka Mule?
Me. I did. Oh yeah, shit. I forgot we had
That
it.
picture of that guy on this thing looks like my old buddy Tommy Robinson.
It looks
in
like
Georgia.
Troy from the Gator Hunting show. I don't remember what it's fucking called.
Swamp
People.
Swamp People.
Yeah. Shoot him! Let's shoot him! Shoot him!
All right, so Ska Brewing, another one that we've had of theirs. I think we've had like so many Ska Brewings, but they're so good.
Yeah, a lot of
I still have yet to try one that I didn't like. Oh, blowing up. You're in trouble.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, this is the MoSka Mule. It's ginger and lime ale. Anybody who's not familiar with a Moscow Mule, you can see there on the side ABV 6.12, IBU 7, super low in the IBUs. SRM, I can't remember again. Which one was it?
Clarity?
Clarity, yep, that's what it was. Yeah, I chose this one. Jason had chosen kind of a fruitier beer, so I was trying to get a little bit away from a fruit deal. I was gonna get like a lime gosa, but that one wasn't what we needed to do, I guess, tonight. But this is their 23rd anniversary ale, so this is something that they've never done before. I'm sure it will be a limited run, so grab it while you can.
I fucking hope not.
And maybe it's one of those, if they do really well with it, they'll fucking keep it on. I really like this beer. I really enjoy this beer. It's another Ska, like, great beer.
Who said it earlier? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Somebody was like, 23, is that Jordan? They have the Air Jordan on the can. I didn't see that.
Yeah, well, because the 23 is for their 23rd anniversary.
Yeah.
But yeah, Air Jordan. They always have the funny things across the top. But yeah, the can's kind of funny too, because the front is the face that you see here on the picture, and the back is actually like the donkey's ass. It's actually the ass of the ass. So, hey, what's up, John?
6.12%. Pretty jacked.
But yeah, I enjoy this beer. It's a little bit heavier on the lime than I thought it was gonna be, but I don't necessarily mind it. It definitely makes it into like a real like tart sour type beer. But I'd drink this again, especially if it was like a hot day. I'd go for this on a warmer day, more so than colder. I mean, bang for your buck. It's got a higher ABV than most beers that are of this flavor. I'd give this. I'd give it a solid 7. Yeah, we'll go 7. Sounds good.
I don't know if you're talking shit, Hollis. Let's get it out of here. Where's this shit?
He can't be here.
Dave,
Can't
he's
be
my
here.
old buddy because he's like 40-some, and we just kind of grew apart after I stopped smoking cigarettes and drinking a 12-pack of Budweiser every night.
You said a 6'5"?
No, 7.
7?
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll make you drips a little bit.
John Hollis says, "Where's his invite?"
What invite? To the
Yeah.
show or to?
Oh, he probably wants to be on here with us cool people.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't invite lamos. God, he's gonna pick me apart with this trash talking.
Hey, didn't we
trash
just
talker.
discuss the fact that we need to stop being so mean to people? We had this discussion pre-cast.
I said we're doubling down. We're fucking doubling down.
You go, Jason. Take it away.
All right, sure. I like this beer a lot. It actually tastes a lot. I was saying this earlier, which I shouldn't have because we're not supposed to talk about beers before we actually review them. But it tastes a lot like the it's Boulevard Berliner Weiss. It tastes a lot like that. It's very acidic. It's got that mouthwater flavor to it. I don't taste either the ginger or the lime heavily. The ginger, it's very occasional. The lime, maybe a little bit, but it's nothing like a Moscow Mule as far as the flavor to it. But as far as a sour, it's very, very good. The smell also reminds me of Berliner Weiss. It's an all-around, I would say, a very great sour. I also always love any company who will tell me what kind of food it pairs with. That works great for me. Now all I can think about is having this with some wings or a grilled cheese or a grilled cheese and wings. That's all
I want to have it with rabbit, dude.
With rabbit? Like a rabbit stew? Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It would be excellent wings or anything spicy.
Or
Chips
grilled
and
cheese.
salsa.
Oh, it probably would go great with chips and salsa.
But rabbit or grilled cheese.
It's a very good beer. I mean, if you've had the Moscow Mules in a can stuff that they sell that are like 10% and they're very limey, like that fake lime. They've got some of that ginger beer flavor to them. This is nothing like that at all. This is much more just like a very plain sour. But saying that, it's good. It's really good. I mean, I will absolutely buy this again.
Dave,
This is going to be an 8 for me. It's like the Berliner Weiss, but it's cheaper. It's like $1 cheaper for a 6-pack, and it's got everything in it that I want. So, 8. Buy again.
Oh, Jesus.
Brad, what's up? Brad's on.
Sorry.
But
Sorry.
Brad?
Continue. No.
And David also, yeah, you would drink this for sure. Your beer tumbled before.
Was that it? The Dumbledore?
No, I'm going to just keep my comments to myself.
No, come on.
No, I don't
That's
need to
what
provide an
it's about.
explanation. You get your review.
This is very Berliner Weissy. I do taste the lime, and I think I do taste the ginger in between drinks, like very subtle.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I like that part of it, but it's a damn good sour all around. It's very unapproachable for the first couple drinks, one of those types of sours. But as you get through half of one, or I'm on my second, it's not too bad at all. You get used to it. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. It's a damn good sour. Kind of reminds me of a mix between a Berliner Weiss and a sour IPA, like middle ground between those two. Little hoppy, yeah, kind of like an Effenhead. I don't get like a Moscow Mule mixed drink type flavor though.
They were free of ginger. He's talking about you, you ginger fuck.
Fuck you guys.
This fat guy wants a grilled cheese.
I do.
Fuck you.
I absolutely do.
So,
Wait, do you think he was talking about you?
Oh, I
think
thought
he
you
was
said
talking
that
about
fat guy, not this fat guy.
No.
Well,
And you
that's cool,
just assumed
man.
that you were the fat guy?
I am fat guy.
every fat guy likes grilled cheese.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that would say that they don't like a grilled cheese
I like
sandwich.
grilled cheese.
Especially you get good cheese and you pay attention to how you're making this grilled cheese sandwich. That's fine time.
So,
Hey, if you guys out there know anybody who doesn't like a grilled
Oh, yeah.
cheese,
Not
give
on
us
the
their
bread.
first
That's
and
what I
last
do.
name so we can haze them. Thank you. Any friends, family, anybody, even if they're lactose intolerant and can't have it, and that's why they don't like it, let us know. We're gonna make fun of them.
Yeah.
That's what we do on this cast. We make fun of people till they cry.
it's fine. Especially if you're
I'd
breweries and you have shit beer.
I think this might be like the most sour beer we've had
Yeah, we pushed it.
because it's sour on more than one level. Like it's got the Berliner Weiss sour, but then it has that lemon or that lime sour.
Love you too, Brad.
So you're saying it's like Berliner Weiss into like a sequence.
Oh man, yeah, it is. It's sour on multiple levels,
Yeah.
and like other sours are sour in one dimension, but they like kind of they don't have that as like its predominating kind of like bite in other categories, I guess. And it took 5 drinks before I could my palate could adapt to what is happening in this can. So from that point of view, I don't know if this is for everybody. Somebody that doesn't like sour stuff, I don't think would like it for certain.
If you don't like Warheads,
it's kind of. I mean, like I understand with the Russian and it being like the Mule, but it's also kind of.
It's the first one that's giving me that Warhead flavor. Yeah.
It's very poignant. Is that the one I'm looking for? As far as like it having that kick and it being a Mule, like to me that kind of makes it like a little bit. Too.
I don't know how much ginger I get though. I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
one thing
the
that's definitely
lime
lacking.
is just so strong.
I don't taste a strong lime flavor. I get the acidity to it. I get some hint of it. I don't get a strong lime
But
flavor.
do you get ginger?
Just barely. Just barely. That's what I was
just
saying.
on the, like, on
Yeah,
the
that's the
back
one
end
thing I
as it
feel like
dissipates for me.
I even took the time to kind of like dredge mine up a little bit and stir it, but it didn't help much.
I almost feel like this would be best served over ice.
God damn it, dude.
I mean, it's
Just
like
a mule?
like a margarita, or a mule, best served over ice. But I mean, none of that makes it bad. It's still good, but I have difficulty calling this a beer. It doesn't taste anything like a beer, like a traditional beer. It's so foreign to the way a beer tastes. I mean, we're kind of used to trying all this weird shit, and our perspective is warped. But can you imagine giving this to somebody that has nothing but
not malty, not hoppy, not
it's
beer flavor.
They would hate this.
Not wheat.
No.
Especially first drink. Like maybe after the second can, they would kind of grow a little bit to it. But like the
most
first
people
can,
won't get
they
to that
wouldn't
point.
be able to make it.
Yeah, they'll be 3 drinks in and be like, I don't like this. They'll push
What's up,
it away.
welcome?
So this is a hard sell to somebody who doesn't enjoy drinking different weird tasting
Good point.
beers.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think from their perspective, they would probably rate it lower, but I'll say it's a 7. I mean, my palate's grown as I've been on this show. We're on episode 57. So that means we've had 114 different beers
Plus,
in the course of this show.
Probably like 120.
Yeah, if not more. Because we've had multiple casts where we've had 4 beers versus 2.
Yep.
But,
so you have the 7?
7.
So everybody who just joined in, we started off with the MoSka Mule by Ska Brewing. I gave it a 7.
8.
7, 5, and 7.
Cool.
From Tate.
So
Right at
7
range,
yeah, 7.
Ooh, the diced onions cook. I agree. Yep.
But to follow up on this name, it was actually your wife who made me my first ever Moscow Mule.
My wife?
Yep.
Damn.
Lime, ginger beer,
Yep.
tequila.
Was that the
No.
dinner night?
Vodka?
Yes.
What's the tequila drink?
A margarita?
Yeah.
That was ginger beer.
No,
Did I
is
say
Tito's a vodka?
Tito's.
No,
is-
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we use Tito's. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I was thinking that was a...
Makes sense.
yeah.
No, it was the first poker night I went to at your house. Your wife was just cranking those things out, and I was like, "Who are these for?" And she's like, "These are for me." And then she whooped my ass in poker, and I was like,
Did you
God
win,
damn it.
Welcome?
It's a secret.
Did you win your softball games?
Jason makes a pretty mean Moscow Mule. I've had this before.
Yeah, he
I
did
gave
my
you that
first
ginger
one.
beer because
You're supposed to...
I got some and I was
I
like,
want
"Oh,
to get some
use this."
copper mugs so that we can have
"That's
the...
what we've got."
You got them?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes you feel fancy when you drink them.
Official.
It keeps that coolness in there a lot. Like those metal glasses, like they frost on the outside just
Condensation
from
on the out, yep.
just from
Sweat.
having ice in them. I mean, they're crazy good.
I should get a set. She loves Moscow Mule.
I was
She
gonna
like
say,
that.
you can get them at Sam's. You can get 4 copper mugs for like $20. It's a pretty good deal.
Make it happen.
You buy her some copper mugs. She buys you a truck.
She takes pretty good care of me. So,
She made you pie.
oh man.
Oh yeah, those look so
and
good.
so,
I'm
like-
real pissed that you didn't have any pie to bring here today.
We ate
Actually,
the
now
last
that you
piece
said
before we
that.
came down here.
Son
Reese
of a
and I shared
bitch.
it. The last piece of coconut cream.
They both look
No,
delicious.
banana cream. No, like on Sunday, I was like, man, we're gonna have to mow the lawn. The sun's out. We got to do it. She's like, well, would you like me to help you mow the lawn, or would you like me to make pie? And I was like, oh, go make pie. Yeah, I'll take care of the lawn. Just
Sold.
make pie. But I mean, making pie.
You know that was a trick question, right? Like she knew she was
That's
gonna
her
get
hobby.
out.
She loves baking. That is her hobby.
That's like if she was like, "Do you want me to work on the lawn while you go work on your bike, or do you want to help me with the lawn?" Well, I'll
You
go
know
work
her?
on the bikes, man.
Yeah. Win-win. Long gets mowed and I get pie.
Get him along anyway.
And pecan's my favorite. She makes good pecan pie.
That looked good, yeah.
Oh.
All right, this is gonna be a completely fucking different, like.
So Brad was on a moment ago. We spent some time with Brad this weekend.
Oh yeah, back
Which
to the
was
Desolate Void.
It was a. I had a good day. I had a great Saturday. Sunday morning was pretty good too. Friday night was not bad.
Yep.
We went. Chris and I and Brad went to the deprivation tanks in KC. And Chris, take it away.
Oh, nice.
You talk.
It was the most relaxing thing I've ever done. I went in there trying to like think about life or like work or just think about a topic and go relax and think about it and see what you want to do or whatever. I couldn't, like Brad said too, I couldn't keep my mind on that topic. I was just like, fuck everything, just lay here. It was just like nothing mattered. You're in the dark. You feel like you're floating. You can't hear shit. It was just calming. I didn't get the full orientation thing, like you're floating through space or nothing. Like I could feel that I was still laying parallel to the ground, but it was awesome. And we did 30 minutes, but next time I'll definitely do an hour.
How do they wake you up? Or how do you get pulled out of it? Because you're like in a trance or something. Or
Soft
like you're
lights.
asleep.
So
They
when
do soft lights and light music.
you open the door and go in,
They wake you up gently.
your first 5
That's
minutes, there's LEDs on the ceiling, and the ceiling's probably 3 or 4 feet from the floor, you'd say.
It was big enough to where I could stand up pretty much. It's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
five-ish feet.
5, yeah. And there's LED lights and some music playing. So once you get down on the water, you can still hear the music through the water. And then after 5 minutes, it fades out, and there you go. Well, then you get going, and then the last 5 minutes, it slowly fades back in and wakes you up, and the light comes in, and it's like, all right, time to get up.
Did you feel like you, when you were in and the lights, you just noticed the lights and you just noticed the music, you feel like you wanted to be there longer then?
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I have to get out.
Okay.
Because being my first time, and I went first, so I didn't have time to like relax ahead of time. Like Jason went third, Brad went second, so they had the other relaxing room before going in. I went from us waiting for the guy to like get the shit set up to getting in the fucking thing, taking a shower and getting in. Well, it took me probably, I'm guessing, 15 minutes to get to that almost falling asleep, like, oh shit, don't fall asleep in water feeling, but like fully relaxed. And then the next thing I know, my thoughts are like dissipating, and the lights came on. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, surely they have a way to monitor that, right? Like if you fall asleep in there.
Just the music plays.
Your reflex will wake you up. Like if you're
Yeah.
grounded,
Yeah.
you're gonna wake up.
Yeah.
It's 18 inches of water. I mean, you really couldn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't drown in there if you wanted to. But the water's 95 degrees. The air temperature's 95 degrees.
It was great.
I can't float on my back like in a pool. So could I still fucking
Yes.
do it?
It's 2 tons of salt.
It's
No,
effortless.
2,000.
I was gonna say
salt.
super like huge salt content.
You're almost
right?
like on top of the water.
It's like the lake or whatever. Is it around Michigan or something, to where there's so much salt content you have to float. Like you can't. It's hard to dive because there's so much salt content.
But it's super relaxing, and I mean,
Jesus Christ, David.
it almost acts like your salt scrub against your skin too. Yes, he was naked. We all were naked. That's what happened.
They filter the whole system though, and like it's clean.
Round after round.
I asked the guy, I was like, "Are we all gonna play in the same shitty water?"
Am I gonna be in Brad's nuts?
What
too?
happens if somebody
I don't
farts in
wanna
there?
do that.
Is that why you
What
went
happens if
first?
somebody
Is that why
farts
you
in
went
there?
first?
That
Just
is
because-
why you
Get
went
it
first.
A lingering fart that just
Yeah,
hangs
what
in
if
the
somebody
room.
farts in there?
Yeah,
Oh.
it'll escape once you crack that door open.
You're not like once you get on there, you don't think about that shit. It's like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Oh, it is
30
too.
minutes of doing not a
The
goddamn
world is
thing.
shut the fuck out.
You really think that you'd be like, okay, now I have time. All those thoughts are gonna race through my head. No, you just blank.
Yep.
And it's nice.
Did you pee in the water?
They actually
Piss
suggest,
beforehand and shower and then
hey,
get in.
about 5 minutes before, make sure you do everything that you need to in the restroom
Yep.
because you're gonna hit that warm water. You're gonna want to go to the bathroom. So they suggest it.
But you
They-
don't.
You shower before and
frowned upon?
afterwards
They
as
put a
well.
chemical in there that like
Probably.
turns colors, so they know if you can't
Oh.
get water.
How would you know? It's fucking pitch black. in
God,
there.
dude, every time I get in the pool, I'm just like, oh.
Fucking weirdos,
there
man.
it is.
Did you ever watch the movie The Breaks? They're running away from these people, and they jump in this this public pool, and he's like, I can't believe you're in that water. You know how many people piss in that pool? 1,000 people piss in that pool. He's like, 1,000.
That is a good idea, Dave. That is a great idea.
What's that?
Combine MRI and float tanks so that your MRI isn't fucking miserable.
With that float tank was nice.
Dave asked if you can eat inside one.
Probably not. You wouldn't want to.
Dude, Chipotle burrito. Oh my god. In the fucking detonation tank.
Fucking eat in there? No.
Or that would be so great.
Or grilled cheese.
Oh!
They said no caffeine 4 hours before, no alcohol, can't be in there if it's your menstrual cycle, cover up all your cuts, which you had some sore
gastrointestinal issues, so
Yeah.
don't shit yourself
Yeah.
because you're so relaxed.
True.
Yeah, I went rock climbing that morning while everybody was sleeping in, and I got in that fucker, and I just burned everywhere. Like, I got nicks from climbing. It was like, fuck! So that didn't
Salt.
help my relaxing.
Salt
either.
water.
Yeah, dude.
Oh shit.
Like, my knees and shit have scrapes on them and stuff from falling off the wall and, like, nicking or whatever, but I loved it. I'm going again.
Nope. I'll go with you.
I'm going next time.
The relaxation room was cool up until
I'll
the
do an
point
hour.
another couple joined,
Yeah,
and that motherfucker was out
He's
hard. I was like, I can't relax with this shit at all. That, and then in the place that we went to, they had it was a large screen that covered the whole wall, but it was two projectors projecting at the same one spot, and they weren't matched up.
20-foot projection.
And they weren't matched up. And one was considerably darker than the other. Also, there was a very fine line where they bled over each other, and it was just barely above the other one. And about every 10 seconds, it would lag buffer. So it would be like, hey, this beautiful, pristine sideline, and jump.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, fuck, this is just taking me out of this. It's taking me out of this so goddamn hard. Oh,
They need an upgrade.
Yeah.
What's up, Will?
Yeah.
Will, holy shit, man.
Yeah,
Message me on Facebook Messenger and
What's up, dude?
tell me to tell you a story, because I have one for you, and you're going to think this is fucking hilarious.
Crazy challenge time. Chandler vs. Tate. We give you guys 10 to 15 paper cuts, whoever lasts the longest in the deprivation tank. Oh,
I'm
what's
pretty
the
sure
title of Badass Motherfucker?
if you can just get into it with those paper cuts, you're good. I mean, it's slowly going to fade away.
Yeah, but that would fucking hurt.
Yeah, I'm sure.
10 to 15 of them there without salt.
Yeah, that sucked right off the bat. Fuck that.
But we finished that deprivation tank, and then we went to Dave and Buster's. Dave and Buster's is kind of terrible. I'm going to be that guy. It's kind of terrible.
Have you been to one before?
I have, but it's been like 8 years. And last time I went, they actually had arcade games.
Yeah.
They did not have arcade games
It's all
this time.
kid mobile game shit.
It was a lot of mobile stuff, and it was like intended for every game to be under a minute.
And to give you fucking seizures.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. My eyes hurt after being in there. Like that. But I didn't realize on that first floor that we went into, they have like rooms where you can just go and scan your card and play pool. And I was like, oh, I would have fucking loved to do that. I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Chris is a
I
fucking
like
shark,
pool,
dude. Don't
too.
play pool with that dude. He's a shark.
So I was like, that's what we should have done.
Be quiet.
Yeah, there we go.
Never pass up for his peed on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Will, you'll love this shit, dude. You'll crack
What's
your
up, Anna?
Hey, what's up, Anna?
First time viewer, I'm guessing.
She's on Facebook. Watch her.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, yeah.
I recommend it for anyone, even if you're like freaked out by the dark and you think it'd be an uncomfortable experience. Like, you'll be the most relaxed ever. And if you have like arthritic, I don't know. I think arthritic problems or like neck or back problems,
Right?
that shit will solve it right up.
We're talking about deprivation tanks. Anybody who's just tuning in.
On that note,
Chris and
though,
Jason went to one this weekend.
Chris laid the wrong way to start with, and he's a very tall guy.
I didn't lay the wrong way to start with.
Was it not? I thought you were laying with your feet towards the door.
On my left, and then I kept ending up with my feet to the door because you just drift, and then like
you slowly drift.
I don't know if it's like an imbalance or if there's like a very small like current.
It might just be from
the
where you
filter,
moved before, and you just
or that
kind of
and then you kind of
momentum
pong off the edge like.
So
it's like, oh shit, I just hit the wall. And then like a minute and a half later, your foot hits the wall. It's like, and you don't know where you're at in there, but yeah.
First time, I was in there and my head hit the wall and my whole body tensed up, and I was like, oh shit. But
she said, it's Nicole. What's up?
On that same note, I knew I was turning just a little bit, but it didn't. You can't judge anything, so it felt like I was just kind of spinning real quick. And for a second there, I was like,
because you just spin wildly.
Yeah, it was like being drunk. You know, whenever you get like those spins, it was like that because you couldn't down. You can't judge how quickly you're spinning. But then I had to talk myself out of it, and I'm trying to take these deep breaths, but it's warm air because it's 95 degrees. I'm like, it's hot. I need But after I got myself to realize, okay, if you were spinning that quick, you'd be touching the wall or something.
I could see it being
calm down.
Way better too if you were like good at meditating. Like if you practice meditating and like getting in tune with your thoughts and shit.
I think that's what the relaxation is
doing that.
For,
yeah, but that screams.
David says you're not moving it at all. Actually, it's the water moving around you.
Ooh.
I just chilled in there looking at my phone on Reddit. Like fuck that screen. I'm just gonna let it go.
I saw you on Reddit because I was like, I'm on Reddit. What's he doing? He's on Reddit. Pretty funny.
So, anybody who's drinking tonight, as always, let us know what you're drinking. We're always curious. We're currently on the Boulevard Tart Apple Radler, their new one. It's crisp. It says on here, crisp citrus beer. God, it's not even the word crisp. Citrus beer brewed with apple and lemon. Yeah.
Oh, it's like when you're an out-of-body experience.
Oh.
Where you can like see yourself laying in it.
I've only had one of those.
I had one of those, but I'm not going to talk about
Amsterdam.
I had one of those. It was in the United States.
What up, Steven?
Then
how's it going, man?
We went on to have a very awesome guys' evening.
What are you guys drinking tonight?
We left there, and Brad didn't own a grill. That's how the story goes. So we're like, let's go get you a grill. So we did. Went and got him a grill. Bought shitloads of meat. And
steaks, chicken, fucking shish kebabs.
Yep.
Damn,
sausages.
that sounds like a good night.
All kinds of stuff.
Cooked it all on a grill this big.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point it was just you three guys because they were at the show.
Yeah. And then Chris and Charlie showed up, so we're cooking all this meat for them too, and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to have anything." We're like, "There's like 10 pounds of meat here, man. You gotta fucking eat something." But Chris and Charlie also, or not Chris and Charlie, sorry, Justin and Charlie. Mm-hmm. Justin and Charlie also own a shitload of liquor. So these two, as we're drinking beers, because we went to Lucas Liquor there in KC, got tons of sours. It was awesome. They had a shitload of sours.
I have some in the fridge.
Yeah.
If you guys want to try some.
But we got a bunch of different ones. We're like, hey, we're going to try these. We're going to have a bunch of beer, a bunch of meat. Yes. Let's do this. It's pretty relaxing. And then we had super deep conversations about AI.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like
hey, Steven, that Road Cold Brew IPA, is that cold brew as in coffee? Is that a coffee IPA?
Ooh,
that sounds pretty fucking interesting.
I would definitely try that.
We don't have access to that. Maybe.
Hell yeah.
Let us know. We'll fucking try to get our hands on it. That sounds delicious.
Nathan, have you had the Apple Radler?
Yeah, he grabbed some Saturday night. Him and his girlfriend stopped in. He grabbed like fucking 4 6-packs. I was like, this is the new stuff we got, and this stuff's fruity. And he's like, I'll just take that. Okay, I'll take that. All right, one of those. Okay. Like, he just
a shitload of beer is 8 6-packs for 3 guys. So that is a shitload of beer.
Yes. Oh, so yeah, it is. It is a beer. It is a coffee IPA. That sounds interesting as shit.
I wonder what that's like. Hops? and coffee.
Bitter.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little citrus mixed in.
Nicole drinking a Jack and Coke. You're
Oh, yeah.
a hard liquor girl, okay.
We were just talking about Jack earlier because I got like 3 bottles back here.
Oh, Will says Southern Grist makes a coffee IPA and a coffee sour.
So I'm gonna assume
Coffee
Anna
sour?
Nicole is Nicole Bowen.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Well, you gotta hook us up with one of those, man.
I
Coffee
think it
sour.
is. The picture looks similar to her, and then she's drinking Jack, so it's gotta be Nicole Bowen.
Good point.
It's gotta be Nicole Bowen. Yeah, you can see it in the picture. Yeah, it's definitely her.
Oh, yeah, I can't click on
Definitely
mine.
her.
I was trying to bring it up to see if anybody.
You're good. It can be pinned.
Oh, Nathan says my head hurt the next
Coffee sour.
I didn't pin it.
Barrel
Did you
aged?
pin it?
No.
Oh,
I
that
didn't
sounds terrible.
So, Jason, this was your pick, right?
The review's
yeah.
up. Man, I kind of want
Give
to
us your brief review.
Brief is 20 minutes.
For Christ's sake. We don't got 20 minutes for one review.
All right. This was green. I expected sour apple. It is not sour apple. It's more like a what is it? Red Delicious. Is that it? It's more that kind of flavor to it. It's almost got a caramel apple flavor to it. It's very good, and that might just be the lemon that hits it. I don't see that it's over citrusy. It's excellent. It is an excellent beer. It has a very strong apple flavor, but it's not like apple juice. It's not like apple cider. It's got a very unique apple flavor to it. I really like this beer. It's perfect for fall. I feel like this is a great fall beer. This would be awesome around a fire. I'm gonna go with an 8.5. I will absolutely buy this again this season.
So, I disagree.
Nicole said that it is the Nicole you're thinking of.
That is great.
Yeah.
I think it tastes like apple juice.
Me too.
Like
Yeah.
apple juice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Apple
fucking
juice
love
always
apple
tastes
juice.
My
a little
review's next,
sweeter.
fuckers. Fuck you guys, my review's next. I 100% agree with you, though, on that taste. This tastes to me like a fucking just apple juice, like a fucking juice box. And every time that I think of the word juice box, I think of Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell when he starts yelling at the one parent. He's like, "Your name's Juice Box now, Juice Box!" Like, that's immediately what I'm thinking of. But no, this is awesome. It's got, like you said, it's not a sour apple.
No, it's not.
It's very much just like, and
It's
it's not overly sweet.
It's not tart like it says either.
What is the
I don't think it's
alcohol?
tart.
Nope. I get no zing.
What is the alcohol?
4-1.
Four.
Yeah,
1%.
I mean, it's a lower alcohol percentage, but
It's like an adult
Hey, what's up,
Capri
Laura?
Sun.
Where are you at, Steven? I know I shared a ton of fucking.
yeah, where are you at,
groups.
Steven? Interesting to see. Thanks for joining us too tonight, man.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
commenting, keeping the stream going. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, Will, hook us up with one of those coffee sours, man. That sounds delicious. David, you would love this beer, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, everybody wave goodbye to Juice Box. Perfect time to join in, Laura. I think that's the Mike Ditka plays the guy that he calls Juice Box. Juice Box. I know I'm in review.
I think it's a really good companion beer to the first beer. Like,
Yeah.
going from one to the other. When I took that first sip, I was like,
Oh, we need to get cups.
What is
we
this?
need to. You want to get cups and do a mix tonight?
North Carolina, he says.
maybe.
I kind of want to try it. North Carolina. All right. Well, welcome to the stream, man. Thank you so much for joining in and commenting. We're always eager to see new people on, so that's awesome.
My buddy I mentioned earlier is from North Carolina. He lives next to like a nuclear fucking.
He drinks 12 packs of Budweiser every night, though. I can get a little bit of that zing at the end. It's like the after effect taste, or whatever you want to call it. You know, the ending notes definitely have a little bit of a kind of a tart, sour bitterness. But the overall flavor of it is definitely just like a sweet apple juice. I'll give this an 8 for sure. I'd buy this again. I agree. I do agree with Jason. It's very much a fall beer. I mean, it's just perfect. I mean, you think like, you know, when you think fall flavors, you think like, you know, pumpkin, you think like caramel apples, shit like that. This is definitely right in there. Yeah.
Cool.
So yep, 8 for me.
Spinning like a helicopter, North Carolina.
God damn it. You go still
or me?
I'll go. This beer has kind of caught me by surprise. I thought I would hate it.
You say that every time I buy a beer, or every
Jason,
time I
you
choose a
pick
beer.
such fucking fruity.
I think Tate loves fruit beers.
I think so too.
Because he's like, fuck you and your fruit beers. And he's like, and every time he's like, I really actually like this beer. I didn't think I would. Every fucking time.
I love apple juice. It's my favorite juice. Undeniably.
All
it's
right,
my
all
favorite
right.
juice.
Respect it. I got you.
And this tastes like apple juice with alcohol in it, which
But not like an Angry Orchard.
no,
No,
it tastes
right.
like
It's
there we
definitely
go.
not a cider flavor.
That's the thing
Yeah.
to
Different.
take away.
I think if you like ciders, you would like this, but you would like it more.
This tastes like an adult Capri Sun. I just wish I had a straw to drink it out of, so I could puncture it.
Juice box. I fucking told you, man.
I'd sit here playing video games, drinking on my juice box all day long. It's pretty tasty. I feel bad giving it a high rating though because it's so fruity. Like it makes me feel like I'm less of a man.
Very accurate. Very accurate.
Now he's not going to give it an 8. Will
Love
he
it.
was going to, and then you
We
fucked
should
it up.
start reading shit like that in case we ever get podcasty.
we should.
Audio only.
Nathan says, the weekly Tate. Fruit beers are gay and suck. Wow, I really like his fruit beer. 8.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yep. There it is. There's the
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Awesome.
Partially because David did say you can't give something a 7. And so then, like 7.5 is a cop out. You can't do that either. So it's got to be an 8 or a 6.5. And I feel like it deserves the 8 over the 6.5. It's good.
It's all of them, Nathan. It's all of them. Except the Atomic Pumpkin.
I
That's
want
the
to
only
try.
one.
I want to try this one. I've not had any other
That
beer
one
though.
sucked.
I want to try this just straight out of the fridge. It's the first beer I've
we
had
want
in
next
the day.
week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to fill my pockets with these when we leave. I'm not leaving beer here anymore. Surprisingly good.
I'm kind of torn because it is very apple juicy, and I just figure why not just drink apple juice because I can get a gallon for $1.99.
But can you get drunk off that?
You can't get drunk on that.
You can.
It gives
You
you
can
the
if you
shits.
put some shit in it and then
drink
you
too
put it
much
under your
apple
bed
juice?
for a couple months. I think that's how you make some kind of hooch.
If you like apple juice, you will like this beer. Point blank. Period. I'm gonna give it an 8 too.
Cave divers, Dave. Duh. Cave divers, man.
There you go.
Excuse me.
I want to give it a 7 because it's not something that I'll buy.
What's up,
I don't
Charles?
think
Fuck
again.
yourself.
It's kind of like to me. It's kind of like an apple jam band, to where it's not sour. It's not tardy like it says to me. It's just like apple juice, literally. And the jam band's kind of like a berry juice to me too.
I really didn't like it. I thought it was too dry.
I don't like the jam band as much as this.
This is way better than jam band.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we've done that on the show.
Did we do
I think
Jim
we
Brown?
all drink it into
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we did
Yeah.
that show.
I'm gonna stay with an 8.
There we go.
8 across the board.
It's a very good beer.
An
8.5.
8.5.
We gave it an 8.5.
I did, but I mean, it's still 8+ across the board.
We all like apple juice.
It was.
We do love that.
And
This
it
was
tastes good.
strangely good.
I mean, it is sweet. If you don't like sweet,
Yeah.
then
But
you
it's
might
not
like
overly
this.
sweet because overly sweet shit I'd be like one and done. But I would drink a 6-pack of this.
Yeah, I can't feel this gritty against my teeth.
Right.
It's not that. That's why I compared it to an Angry Orchard. Angry Orchard, I can get one in maybe, and I'm like,
They hurt
"Oh, no."
my reflex, like
So
acidity.
you know
Yes,
who'd love these? Adam, you'd love this. You'd love
Adam,
Oh,
you'd be
dude,
all
we
over
gotta
this
add
shit.
them up with
You'd
these.
love
We could
this.
get you on a beer instead of that cider bullshit. I can say this now. He's like, how many miles away?
So when I was a little kid, one of my favorite things, if mom was going to town and I was going to go with her,
If
stop
you say
at-
apple juice and vodka,
No.
So
We stopped. Like if I was sick or if I did the chores, whatever, it was a reward. And we went to Sonic. My
if
mom
I was sick or if I did the chores.
he said it was a reward.
Yeah, it was,
so I
it
get
was a reward. It was a green apple slush from Sonic.
Has the
Okay.
green apple slush been around for that long?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
How old do you think Tate is? You forget he's a baby, dude.
So I thought like green, like, a lot of those weird flavors. I thought they were only like the last 3 or 4 years.
Like the nerds in them and shit.
Yeah, I thought it came out when that shit came out.
No,
Yeah.
the green. I mean, the Nerds was after the green apple slush they had. And I remember being like 14 and like I had surgery on my toe, and it was a shitty surgery. It hurt so bad.
What was it about?
It was my ingrown toenail.
Ingrown?
Oh,
I had a double ingrown on either side, and they actually did like a laser surgery on my foot.
Really?
Yeah.
When I
I don't have
had
a toenail that grows. So it didn't grow.
Stephen
I got
Walters,
two, and
when
I
are
refuse
the
to get
whales
them
coming
done.
out?
Oh man.
so when I was in high school, I had really bad ingrown toenails on either foot, and I went in and they were like, "Well, we can give you a shot to numb it, but it's going to hurt just as much as cutting it out." And I was like, "Okay, just go ahead and cut it out." And then after the guy takes his fucking scissors and slides them all the way under my nail and cuts it out and pulls that shit, he's like, "Yeah, probably would have hurt a lot less if you just went for that shot." And I was like, "Fuck that." So from now, as an adult, anytime that I feel like it's getting a little swollen around that, I just take the fucking clippers and I take fucking tweezers and I cut down that myself and I rip it down the side and pry that shit out. Sarah will tell you, I'll fucking dig that shit out before I go back to the hospital.
They used a laser on my left toe.
Hey guys, shut the fuck up.
Is that not a painful topic? I mean, are you not doing this?
No, I'm rubbing my toes right now and
My
shit,
dad told
dude.
me how horrible his was, and it sounded just like fucking Jason when he was young.
Hey guys, on this
And I'm like,
episode of
no.
BBBS, everybody pukes in their own
Worst part
fucking home
is-
because they're grossed out by these
It's
sick
just
fucks.
barely a little spur on your toenail. Like,
I know.
you're,
It's like,
normally,
okay, hey,
normally
yo,
a
shut
nail's
the fuck
flat,
up.
and it's just
Shut the
barely.
fuck up.
Okay,
So I had that surgery. I went and I got a green apple slush. That's what I wanted from Sonic. Afterward, my mom's like, "Hey, do you need anything?" I'm like, "Take me to Sonic. I want a green apple slush."
It'll make me feel better.
Yeah, that was the point of the story that Jason then took on a horrific
Fuck
rabbit
that.
trail.
I know exactly. how you
Crazy
feel.
toenail story though. At Rockaloo, Dave rocked so hard that he stepped wrong in his shoe somehow and he ripped his toenail off.
That's what I just said. Give me another one of those apple juices.
So
You want some apple juice?
I guess.
you say
You did, it was disgusting.
your mom used to take you to Sonic. Whenever my daughter had to go in for her shots whenever she was 6, they had to give her 5 shots, 4 in her thighs, 1 in her arm, and they were like, "We're just going to do these all at once." And she screamed, and I was like, "If you shut up right now, I'll take you to Sonic and get you a limeade as soon as we leave." She shut right the fuck up. She didn't make another sound, nothing. She dried up all those tears, all of it. And then the second we get in the car, she's like, "Do you want me to still get Sonic?" I was like, "Yes, you absolutely get Sonic." We'll go over to
Not
Sonic.
only did I get the green apple slush, which this reminds me of.
Did you get mozzarella sticks or
No,
something?
I got
Damn.
the coney. I got the
All right.
coney
Oh,
with
man.
cheese and onions, and I was like,
It must have been a
"Oh
joke.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of course, the chili's a
It
given."
must have been traumatic if you remember this much fucking detail.
Dude, well, this was the first time in my life I started thinking maybe redheads do need more anesthetic because
It's supposed to be a thing, though, isn't it?
because it was so horrible. It was so horrible.
It was the Friday Night Live. Okay, I was wrong. It wasn't Rockaloo.
I was shaking, and I was just white as a sheet of paper. My mom was like, "Whatever you want." That was traumatic.
But it is. It's from a tiny fucking spur on your nail. Like, just
Mhm.
barely
Yeah, I
anything.
can see, like, even on my toe right now, it's all bulged up because there's toenail underneath, pushing like a fucking bubble.
Well, your nail's usually flat, and this just has like a little tiny pinpoint on your nail. It's just, but it's because it's sharp that it never heals, and then it ends up getting in there and it gets irritated and sometimes infected and all kinds of shit. Which is why they cut down the side of that so that it's flat, and then it can try to regrow.
Change the topic.
Yeah.
What are SJWs?
Social justice warriors.
In your mind, what is a social justice warrior?
It's one of those women who's like, "I have nothing to argue about, so I'm mad at society for everything that's oppressing women." Well, what's oppressing women? That I need a job, but I don't want a man. I don't know what this means. You don't want a husband to take care of you? I don't need no man. But you don't need no job to pay your bills? No. Jobs are for men, and I'm a woman. That's a social justice warrior to me.
Okay. When I think about social justice warriors, I think about that guy who owned the specialty meat shop in like Minnesota or something, who was getting protested on for animal cruelty, and he went out and he was butchering the side of beef on the street or something in front of all these protesters.
I saw it. Yeah.
And it all started because he had.
Well, that's shitty of him.
Oh,
No, well, it all started
hey,
because
Sally.
it all started because he had this sign that said "Eat Buffalo, it's the new kale" or something, a little taco sign outside of his restaurant. And then these people decided they were going to try and protest him and fuck up his business.
Yeah. They do that
yeah.
a shitload now.
Yeah, he went to
But-
the window behind them.
No,
and
he
I
did that
said-
afterward. He only had a taco sign, and then these vigilantes decided they were going to fuck him up.
But
Brian-
even not having a problem with that guy, if I was walking on the street and I didn't care about the whole thing, I'd be like, what the fuck is this weirdo doing?
Well, he did that in a
He's proven
response.
a point, but if I was walking on the street and saw that, I'd be like, fuck that guy. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I do have to be in defense of that. Like I think he took it a little too far by making it public. Should have just kept to himself and been like, you know what?
Or
You
like
guys
sent
are the
them
fuckers
videos
here.
of him doing it.
You guys are the fuckers.
Imagine, put yourself in his shoes. You got people, you run a business, you've run a business for a couple of years, and all of a sudden somebody gets offended and gets their group of cronies together, and they decide they're going to post up outside the entrance to your fucking business. And they're going to do everything they can to drive you under and to drive people out of your doors. Customers are coming in complaining, saying, what the fuck is this I have to walk through?
Yes.
They're fucking trying to shut his doors. Fuck those people.
So, do you know what Maslow's hierarchy is?
No, never heard of that.
I feel like you may have. Maslow's hierarchy is, as a person, your needs are met whenever you meet these certain things. And it's your base things. It's, do you have food? Do you have shelter? Do you have comfort? Do you have family? Blah, blah, blah. After all these things are met, then it starts to become social. And now it becomes basically frivolous. And it's all of your things that you have to meet. And then the very top one is basically, does everything meet my ideal? And I think we're at a point now where your food, your shelter, your everything's covered.
Our perspective of what...
You have nothing to bitch about. What do? I make something to bitch about. That's what I'm going to do. That's who I'm going to be. I'm going to make something to bitch about.
So the reason why I asked this question, I did this little rabbit trail topic, was
I think
you're social justice.
No, I'm wearing this shirt.
my version is different.
No, I'm wearing this shirt, and it's Ben & Jerry's ice cream. And we visited their creamery, where they make ice cream.
Yep.
And when you do the tour, it's free. You get free ice cream at the end. It's like 30 minutes.
Like a brewery tour.
Yeah. But the first 7 minutes is like a little movie. You go into this little theater, and they give like a brief history, but also their values. And like they've tried to do all this ice cream responsibly, and they try to go into these communities and try and like actually build the community where they go up by
good fucking beer.
by sourcing things locally. But they also are doing like this social change.
Shut down, not shit down.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, but like they've made pretty publicly their stances on different topics, and they get their
I've seen them getting hazed on certain
yeah,
things,
like in Australia like didn't legalize same-sex marriage, and so they made some kind of official rule that when serving Ben & Jerry's products in a public environment, you can only serve one scoop, you can't serve two, and I'm like,
you know what? My scoop's from a fucking shovel. Fuck you, fight me.
But it was only in Australia. That was the rule, and we were reading this on Wikipedia. Because I mean, it sounded like they were passionate about certain things. And they wanted to make the world a better place in their mission statement. So we just tried to learn a little bit more about them. And everything I thought was pretty positive, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, are these civil justice or social justice warriors? And because I have a pretty negative, somewhat negative. It's a mixed coin. Some people are very passionate about shit they don't know anything about. And they have no life experience, and they've been coddled in a city their entire lives. They have no perspective.
See, that's
and
kind
they
of
think they want to change shit.
My angle on it is not social justice warrior, but social media justice warrior.
Yeah.
To me, is somebody that can't be an actual fucking warrior and be built and look like a warrior or act like one. Instead, they go online and act like they're a warrior through words on the fucking internet.
Like a keyboard warrior?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That I can't stand.
But like in the scenario of this guy who is running this business, this guy is sourcing meat from local places that is humanely raised.
Yeah.
He's not farming
Tyson chicken
in a cage where they literally can't move their entire lives.
Yeah,
there's a totally fucking different
beats
story
fucking
there.
Chopped off.
This is something that's been free range. It's been free.
They can't walk. They're
Exactly.
shitting all
Yeah.
over each other.
Or in the cow scenario, they've been in a feedlot their entire life, and it's a totally different story. Meat that is produced.
You're eating meat from a miserable animal instead of a healthy one.
So
Yeah.
when I think of it, and I don't know that any of you know who this is, but I think of Anita Sarkeesian. Do you know who that is?
Nope.
So a few years back, probably 4 or 5 years back, she ended up doing this Kickstarter where she was like, women aren't represented in video games, and video games are sexist and male-driven, and they're male-driven, and every man who plays it is sexist. And what I want to do is, you donate me money, I'm going to play through video games and tell you what's wrong with it. She wanted to raise $10,000. She raised like $5.8 million because there were a shitload of white knights who were like, yeah, you're right. Also, you're pretty, and tell us what's wrong with it. And then she never did any of the shit that she said she was going to do. She was going to make a video a week for like 2 years about these games. Didn't do shit. Didn't do
She was
fuck
kind
all.
of using the whole sex symbol thing as a ploy to get money too.
Absolutely.
And being
And
one of those Twitch whores, basically.
pretty much.
Like,
But
here's my tits while they play games.
she was a very much damsel in
Show me
distress.
some good Twitch chores.
But-
I wanna
Look,
see-
there's a bunch of good
Yeah,
ones.
Show me some Twitch chores later. I want to see
There's a
that.
whole bunch of good ones.
You guys may have played Mass Effect. She campaigned against BioWare and EA at the time and said, hey, your game doesn't represent women well enough. I think that that's sexist. I'm going to lead a campaign against your game. Blah, 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 blah.
Doesn't EA
And-
have NCAA women
Yeah,
and WNBA games
they've
too?
got a bunch of stuff. But she basically was saying, hire me to be your, let's make this a not a sexist game. All men don't have to be super buff, just like all women don't have to be half naked and have super huge tits. We need to make this realistic. And then she came on to staff, and they were like, you are the worst person we could have ever possibly fucking hired. You do nothing, and you've never followed through on your work. And then she got let go, and she was like, oh, it's because they're sexist, and they want to be sexist, and it's terrible. And it started Gamersgate. Do you know anything about Gamersgate? So her and a lady named Zoe Quinn went against a bunch of media, and they said, hey, everybody's sexist. All of media is sexist for video games because it's based around men. Which, yes, it is kind of based around men because it's a man hobby.
It's a way bigger demographic to fucking 20-something-year-old men.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Zoe Quinn at the time was a lady who made video games. She was not very great at it, and also made things that were not appealing to a large market. Her argument was, it's not appealing to a large market because the market is men, and if it was women, they would support me, and blah, blah, blah. She went through this whole spiel. She got called out by her boyfriend, who basically said, hey, look, she's a shitty human being. In order to get her games promoted, she fucked like 5 interviewers, and that's why her shit was rated good. And it started this whole Gamersgate campaign where it was like, hey, these women who are trying to promote women use their women wiles in order to promote themselves. That's what they're doing. But it spun this whole
They're literally
instance.
the root of the cause that they're bitching
Exactly.
about.
Very much so. But then they still wanted to play themselves as, I'm the victim.
And
Which-
then giving women that are worth a fuck a bad narrative.
Absolutely. Which Anita Sarkeesian did. She said,
Hey, Mom.
hey, I've been online. I've been online.
Oh my god.
I've been on the internet. People are hating me. And you know what? Somebody doxed me. Do you know what doxing is?
Ish.
Online, they shared all of my personal information.
Yep.
Name, phone number, address, social security, blah, 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 blah.
Almost-
These people are giving away my information so that people can personally attack me.
Almost like a burn notice, but the
Yeah.
opposite.
Very much. Come to find out, she doxed herself under a
Oh,
different
God.
account to get, people involved with her again. Zoe Quinn, after she got all the bad publicity for her boyfriend posting an article about, hey, she fucked all these interviewers, she's not to be believed about anything. Anita Sarkeesian told her, hey, just go ahead and release your information. Say that people online doxed you. That's what she did. She fucking did that. This is the scenario I think of when I think of social justice warriors. I made this very frivolous situation, which Fuck you, Elder. Not for that, but because Elder made a meme about me this week. And
It was great. It's on the page.
But
It is great.
it was pretty good. I have to admit, I chuckled.
The timing was
Oh
perfect.
yeah.
Everything else, the same. I mean, every other meme I was seeing was some adaptation of the same style, right?
It was very good. But in this instance, that's what I think of when I think of social justice work. Hey, I want my life to be easier because I'm a woman. I have no want to work for it at all. You should do it because I'm a woman, but not because I'm a woman.
So the reason why I have mixed feelings about it is I feel like so many things with like the civil rights movement have been founded in things like social justice, right?
You would think.
I mean, I associate them together. So getting pissed off at AKA social justice warriors online.
No, I'm good.
I definitely have strong feelings about it, but I might feel shitty about it. You know, I don't know.
So, getting on to a little bit of Elon Musk. I like how he said on Joe Rogan that love is the answer. And not just like love amongst people, but how many things do you buy that you actually love having?
That I love having?
Like it's like the best fucking thing you've ever bought type love.
Yeah.
Some games and my computer, mostly food.
But
and
like
beer.
5%. Maybe, if even that, of things that you ever buy.
A bike that's specialized with the silver and the black.
Ooh, that I ever buy. Is this including things that are necessary to buy?
No,
or just things that I personally
just like
like to buy?
things you love to have that aren't like things that make you survive.
So not like clothes, not
desires.
Like, okay. I would say at least 50% of the shit that I buy is because I really desperately want or need. And it's because I go through an argument with myself every time I buy something.
One of the best things you've ever bought. Like, oh my god, you have to have one of these because it's my favorite thing in the world. Like, he was very... I do these things and build these things because they're fucking awesome and I love them. We don't have enough things to love in our lives. Type mindset.
There are a lot of things that I own to own, not because I do love them, absolutely. But I would say most of the things that I actually pursue is because I love them, or
because you love that area of interest, kind of.
Or I love the idea of them.
Well,
yes.
like board games and shit.
Here's a question.
Same here. Go ahead.
So, say it's an item that you love to where if it gets broken or destroyed, you miss it. You miss it desperately.
Mm-hmm.
But can it be replaced? Can it be replaced with the same thing? Even if it's the same thing in an upgraded version, but doesn't have the same sentimental value as the old one. Like, I think about my first bicycle that I bought that I've been riding forever. If that thing broke, I honestly would probably cry. Ooh. Even though if I spent $4,000, I could get the newest, coolest replacement that is so much better. But the nostalgia of owning this other thing is so strong that I still miss it.
You have an
I have that with
there.
my bike.
You say this. All right. Ooh, we're going to do this. So you say that. You have an item that has pieces that get replaced or fixed or repaired. Often.
Maintained.
Yes?
Yeah.
So, the old boat theory. You know the old boat theory?
Uh-uh.
So, as time goes on, you replace pieces of this, and it's still part of the current bike. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So what
new
happens
brakes,
with...
new cables, new tires.
So what happens with, instead of it wearing down, you take off this piece, and you add it to a new bike. Or you add it to a bike that does not yet exist. But slowly, you rotate out these pieces. Maybe you take off the brake cables, you replace those brake cables. They're perfectly functional, but they go to a new bike. You take off a tire, you replace it, you put it on this bike that doesn't yet exist. You take off the pedals, bike, take off the other tire, bike, you take off the next set of brakes, bike.
Do you eventually get down to one component that can't be replaced?
No. You slowly replace everything out so that you have what was your old bike with everything eventually replaced on it. Everything, but slowly over time. You also have the second bike now that is all of the pieces of your old bike.
It's literally your old bike.
Which one is your old bike?
The old one with all the pieces.
The old one now.
Not the one that I'm riding currently.
Replacement bike.
Yeah.
But this whole time you've been using this bike as it was your old bike. Is your value tied to that bike, or is your value now tied to the bike's pieces?
There is one central part on a bike, and it's the
frame?
The center frame. Like the headset, which is even painted to match, that's not part of the central portion.
Right.
It's the part that is the one piece that has enabled so much joy.
So
essentially,
everything else on that bike is replaceable, but that center frame.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. It's the idea of the bike.
So it's the idea of the bike. So
That's
you can
what it comes
replace
down to.
every piece on it slowly over time.
As long as I have
make
the old frame,
the bike
I would
too.
be happy.
So the old frame is what carries
The
it.
skeleton.
Is it?
It's
Is
the most
it?
fundamental piece of the whole.
So this frame gets broken, cracked, whatever.
Oh, I'm devastated.
You get it.
I
You get it
cry in bed
repaired
at night every
or
night.
You get it replaced with exactly the same frame. Exactly the same frame.
You find that
spec-wise.
same year, everything.
Spec wise. So now when you swap this out, same color, maybe some same damage, same everything.
I'm gonna be sitting on and be like, oh, it doesn't feel right. Do I lean like this? It doesn't.
So you
go
say
off.
that, but you're the one tuning this up. You're the one sitting in this. You've got this bike that's all of the same pieces as your old bike, every piece. But you also have this new bike, and it's got your sentimental value because you've been using it, you've been replacing it, you've been maintaining it. Which one is your bike?
I see what you're. The point.
Oh.
Yes.
There's not. I think that's the only thing that I found that I have that much of a deep connection with.
But it's the old boat theory. It's you have an old wooden boat, and plank by plank, it's eventually replaced. And every one of those old planks, they weren't decommissionable, but they were replaced. And it goes to a new boat that is the same old boat. Which one is your boat, and why?
Well, which one do you?
I think that both are. You just appreciate the old boat more because it's got the most character. Because those pieces have been passed on to a new boat.
By old boat, do you mean old pieces, or do you mean the boat that had your sentimental value that you've been replacing these pieces on?
The boat you're building with your old pieces.
But maybe you're building these old pieces because you're like, this is still usable. It's kind of like
No.
great example for all of us here.
They have the most
Probably not
hours
you.
of
What's up, Don
involved
Bishop?
with them.
Exactly. So you have an old computer. You replace the RAM. You replace the motherboard.
Mhm.
You replace the video card. You've got this computer. I love this computer. I've been upgrading it. I've been maintaining it. This is me. This is what I use all the time to play on. I got a new hard drive. I moved all my shit over to it. But you've kept
Upstairs.
all of those
Same case.
Yeah. But you've kept all those same old pieces. Now you have all these older pieces, and it can be a computer. Is this the computer you wanted? Or is the computer that you now have the computer you wanted? And that's why you've been maintaining it and updating it. Is it the one that you want? Is that your computer?
I feel like a
or is that
computer
other
though
one
versus
your
a
computer?
boat are two different things. Because both boats are easily just as functional as far as like sailing versus a new computer and an old computer.
It's
That's
true.
like a different.
But it's not
new.
like a computer where a new game came out. I can't play it on my new computer.
It's new pieces.
It's like,
new
well, I can
pieces.
still
Fuck
go
that
fit. I can still
Fuck that
go
old video
fishing.
card.
I'm gonna fucking I can
Right.
fish out on my boat.
The old wood that you had on your boat, it's not going to be as good as new wood. I mean, the old sail that you had on your old boat isn't going to be as good as a new sail. The old mast that you have, never as good. None of these pieces are ever going to be as good as new pieces.
See, Nicole
True.
says her house currently a dedicated relationship.
She's been working the
with
fuck
the
out of
house.
that thing. She has been doing a shitload.
To her house.
Hey, Don!
What up, Don?
But she's been
I
doing a
think Don
fuckload. That's
ducked in
all.
back
Nobody's watching.
That's all
Hey,
she's been
Buzz.
doing is that house and Snapchats all the time. I've been fixing up this. I've been fixing up this. I've been
I
fixing
love
up this.
our old
Yeah.
house too. Like
You
and, like,
do.
my
but-
Sunfire, the car I drive around.
I know. I've seen
It's
that thing.
rough.
Yeah, it is.
It's rough. It's got a salvage title. It's been totaled. When I turn the blinker on, the dome light blinks.
Yes.
The only two gauges that work, thankfully, are the two most important, which is the speedometer and the fuel gauge. That's the only two you actually need.
Yep.
You don't need... If
Don't
the
need
thermometer
RPM.
doesn't work, you'll know if it starts smoking. If the tachometer doesn't work, you don't need
I
that.
don't feel it.
Fuel and speedometer. Nothing else in the fucking car works.
But
the heater does.
You
Heater
appreciate and get a kick out of that.
The fact that
Unlike
that car keeps on
where it's
ticking.
like, everything works. Like
Everything works in this car. What a shitty car.
The fact that car is paid for, it
I
gets good
miss my old
mileage.
Honda. Like
Nothing works. It's a shitty car. I fucking hate it. I'll give it an 8.5.
I give that Sunfire, I give a fucking 10. That Sunfire has been a trooper. We've had it since 05.
So I feel that way about the Vibe that got wrecked a couple years back. I loved that car and it was great. And then we got to replace it with the Mazda, and I was like, hey, I love this car more than I like my old one. It's just more comfortable. I like the way that it drives. And then it got fucking hit, and that's why I've kept that one. I was like, fuck it, still driving this thing. I love this car.
Well, I mean,
and
the
it's
fear
low
of
mileage, right?
Yeah, like 50,000 miles.
the fear of every new car is that you get a new car that's a lemon, and you just have nothing but issues with it. And it you always compare it towards the old car that wasn't nice, but at least it didn't fucking have continual issues.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you have this new one that you paid out the fucking wazoo for, and it's nothing but a headache.
Yep.
That's the fear.
My Saturn was
And
dirt
you can't
cheap,
work
but it
on it.
ran like shit. That thing broke apart all the time. I was like, oh, okay, let's get this fixed. This is my car. This is who I am. It's this car.
Exactly. Car equals fruit beer.
Car equals fruit beer. See, she gets it. She gets it.
So my topic that I mentioned earlier was the social justice.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Great. Please continue.
I think like when the idea of social justice warriors is really commendable, but the execution of self-righteous, self-important fucks that think that they have an opinion of the world and only their opinion is right.
Commendable if it's in a positive manner.
Yeah, but it's not only my opinion is right and you're wrong. That's the opinion.
Yeah,
it's just like politics.
But
where
it's
if I'm a
also
Republican, you're a Democrat, I hate you. You're a Democrat, a Republican, I hate you. There's no middle ground.
The problem I have with a lot of the social justice warriors are either you agree with me or you're oppressing me. That's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
That for me is the huge issue. It seems like
You don't think like exactly like me. You're not on my side.
well, in a lot of instances, it seems like it's taken feminism to an extreme. I mean that seems to be a lot of the people who are involved in the social justice because it is mostly women. It's a very huge market for women, but I also feel like they are the same ones who do. They're like, hey, this is feminism, obey me. Also, women good, men bad.
That's not been my perception.
Really?
I've not had the
Every
woman
interaction
part
I've
about
ever had that's had to do, or every piece of information I've ever had that's gone with social justice has always been women.
Wow. Yeah.
But your move may vary.
Yeah.
Precious Jason is talking about things that confuse me. Stop oppressing me, Jason.
See, Brad knows. Actually, I would almost guarantee you Brad knows about Gamergate. He knows about Anita Sarkeesian, and Zoe Quinn. I would almost guarantee you Brad knows about that.
Too many of those words have too many syllables.
But I'm sure there are plenty of male social justice.
Yeah, there
warriors,
absolutely
too.
is.
I would bet you that there are, but it's only because they side with a lot of people who have bad. In the instance I've had, it's been women who've been, I'm oppressed.
I wish that we got an international reach so we could see a response to some of these assertions that we're making.
Don't say we.
Some of these assertions that Jason is making.
International or just national?
Just national. Is
just like I absolutely 100% appreciate the feminist movement. I believe that women, for the most part, are kept down.
so it's a qualified for the most part?
I do believe that, but I believe a lot of people who are representing the front lines are doing it inappropriately. And I believe that they put themselves in a bad light, and that doesn't help anybody. I absolutely believe that that's the
Whenever
case.
are people that are trying to incite change popular with everybody?
They're the loudest.
Huh?
And they're the loudest ones, and they're the ones that stand out.
Yeah, and so they will absolutely be unpopular with large demographics.
Well,
There it is. Live for death.
Just enjoy it.
Just
enjoy
there
it.
it is. There it is, Brad.
No, but I'm gonna go. Okay, we'll change the topic to something maybe less depressing. This is kind of going like way back into what you're talking about with the whole video game as far as women oppressed in video games, and men don't have to be these huge studs, and women don't have to be half-naked beautiful women. But in my opinion,
I don't have ripped shoulders, and that feels.
My biggest thing is I don't want to log onto a video game and play some middle-aged fat guy who
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
I
and so it's an idealized male.
Like, I want to be fucking John Wick in the middle of a video game, like destroying anything and everything I can.
They're not realistic men, even if they are men. Yeah,
a man or a woman. So, like, to me, like that didn't make a lot of sense. Like, a huge majority of gamers today, streamers, whatever, a lot of them play first and third person shooters. But if you were to give them a large number of those guns that they play with every single fucking day in a video game, they wouldn't fucking have a clue as to how to load them, how to shoot them.
No.
They couldn't hit
I want to
anything.
see somebody try and shoot.
They couldn't shoot accurately 10 meters away.
That would be
like,
hysterical.
Yeah,
they're gonna fucking blow.
You know what I'm saying? Off. So if you want to make all these games, so we need to make things more realistic. No one would play video games. So you'd be like, I'm running around, I don't know what's going on. This sucks. Well, I can't really do what I want to in this video game because my video character has to go to work. Like, that's fucking real life. Like,
hey, people love The Sims. People love The Sims. You mentioning shotguns in video games. I love this topic because a lot of people are. You play it in a video game, 10 feet away, inaccurate. Like, it's got to be point blank. Shotguns are accurate at a pretty good distance.
Yeah.
I mean, at a pretty
Depending on
good
ammunition,
fucking distance. Yeah. I mean, those shots can pack real tight. It's not like it explodes out immediately. Like, it comes out and it starts to spread, but it's not just in your face or nothing.
Yeah. It's not like audio sound.
You can install different chokes in your shotgun to get a different pattern.
Yeah.
You get a full choke in there. That's what you use for turkeys. I mean, it's not a huge range, but you can be lethal on a turkey for 50 plus yards.
I mean, they make fucking like the deer slugs and shit.
50
like,
plus yards. That's 150 fucking feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, deer slugs. I mean, that's a different. What do they call it?
I mean, it's not shot.
Projectile.
Yeah, it's not shot necessarily.
That's
it's a single
big,
slug.
Dude.
But I'm just saying, like, you can fuck something up a long
My
distance
brother
with one
shoots
of those.
deer with a goddamn 12 gauge slug. The exit wound on those is unreal.
Yeah.
It's this big around.
It also has to do with
Is
the
it even
shells that
usable
you're
after
using
that?
too.
Oh yeah, I mean, you just miss a little bit of meat.
So
at least you don't got a bunch of meat covered in little pellets.
That's
You
true.
got one entry, one exit.
The type of shells that you use are very important too. Some have cardboard wadding, the others have plastic, and depending on what it's got in there, it may explode differently.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dependent on that too. But you always see these to bring back to video games and realism. No, point blank or nothing.
Hey, what's going on, Vlad?
On the subject of guns, we went in
Is that Vlad?
in Maine. That's where LL Bean was founded. Or it's one of the New England countries, fucking states. Goddamn. But so we went to the original LL Bean location, and Teresa and I were in the gun aisle, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get an over under someday." Like, look at me, look at this. But I was like, "But I'm also gonna get a side by side." Found this little side by side that was this long. Snap up, like this is what we greet the door. Double out shot, just held it at the hip and pulled.
Yep.
Both barrels.
This is a little bit of your brother coming out.
Now speaking of guns, is the case that I saw you with this weekend? That's the one I want to say his name's Boyd.
Yep.
Is that the one he made for you?
Yep.
Nice. It actually looked real good.
Legit.
It did look real
Oh, did you have
good.
your conceal with you
Yes.
this weekend? Okay.
Every time I go out of town, it's with me.
Gotcha.
And going from car to car.
Did you ever get that from Brad's car?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You got to think about that for a second.
Yes. For a split second, I was like, yeah.
Fuck, it's in KC.
No, you're not supposed to have them in malls. Fucking sue me. I didn't want to go, let's get in Brad's car so I can put it away or whatever. So I did tuck it throughout the 2-hour mall adventure, and it
Was it that long? I don't know, it kind of was that long.
Yeah, and nobody noticed. Most trained eyes can notice, like the outline in your shirt or whatever. But I did well.
What's this dude's name? I've seen his work. You guys posted it last week.
Jordan
right?
Boyd.
Jordan Boyd.
He did a really nice basket weave.
Yep,
Give me his
absolutely.
number because I got some shit I need done.
Yeah, he does really good
I
work.
got a holster and a sheet, and that's.
He posted something after this weekend. He did a shit ton of work this weekend.
Yeah.
Fucking A couple different like holsters for like pliers and hammers and stuff like that, and then a couple of keychains.
Yep.
A gun holster, like
Teeth for what?
fucking 30 different things.
Knife my my grandfather.
Oh yeah, he can make it easy. Yeah.
Oh,
He does great
I
work.
also
kind of
got
knife.
big old like Bowie knife.
Nice.
It's got
We're just hanging out, man. We just got done reviewing beers. We're kind of in the bullshit portion. You're one of our first Twitch viewers other than Conquer. He's just a good buddy supporting us on Twitch. We're in the latter half of the show.
If you're drinking tonight, what are you drinking, Vlad?
Yeah.
We did 2 beers,
Welcome,
the Ska Brewing MoSka Mule and the Boulevard Tart Apple Radler. The first, which was the MoSka Mule, got a 7 average. The second, which was the Radler, got an 8 average. 7 is
Out of 10.
I would buy this again. 8 is I would look for this to buy this again.
Yep, absolutely.
So
No, yeah, like
I tagged you on one of his posts.
last time, so I can hit up on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris was over at my house a couple weeks ago, and I don't know. I decided to have a. We decided we were.
I was waiting on my ride, basically.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I
that was
must
right.
have missed this
Uh,
text.
No, well, no.
I
we-
think after everybody left poker.
No,
Right?
that was it. That was it. It was after everybody
Everybody
left.
Oh
left.
shit!
and
Okay,
you
that
were
was a
hammered.
while ago.
Yeah.
You were
I
hammering.
actually wasn't drunk at all.
And Julie
I was sober
was
as
busy
fuck.
doing something, and I was like,
Yeah, so
well,
we were
let's
the
hang out
last
for a
two left.
few.
I just
So
got
Chris and I
knocked
were in
out
the
and I
house.
was butthurt.
And then I decided, like, yo, you want to see all my guns? And,
I was like,
and
fuck
we
yeah.
just did like gun show and tell. And like
Nice.
one of them is one that I want to have him make me a holster for.
I like that old revolver. That shit was smooth.
Yeah.
Even the action on the revolving
Mhm.
piece was just like. You could tell it was old, but like, everything was like flawless.
No, 1932. Yeah.
Was
Wow.
it a 38 special?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know. My grandfather has one that he left and gave to my mom. He was ex-military, but he has an old 6-shooter, and I know where it's at. I just don't know the exact details on it.
A glass
It'd be
of-
interesting to see like what year.
You can do a serial number lookup.
Yeah.
So the serial number.
Yeah, and I'm
is
sure
for
she probably
Is that
knows
wine?
most of it too.
What is that, Vlad? Is that wine? Fernet or Fernet?
Oh, let's see, where is it?
Or is that bad kerning and it says Finnan?
Fucking font.
That would look like that
R
looks
or
like
M?
Renee.
Tay would know. Tay should
Vlad,
know.
also, where are you from? Just curious. Vlad's not a common name that I'm used to in the name. Maybe it's.
I'm
In
guessing
Kansas?
they're
No, I'm just saying. Maybe
All up in
maybe
Kansas?
maybe it's an international viewer. You know, somebody.
I hope so.
Hey, yo, come to Kansas, hang out with us.
Yeah. Please don't.
Oh,
For for your own likelihood, like don't do that because Kansas sucks.
Now that's towards the end of the evening. You had a sad announcement today.
Did I?
I believe you did.
Did I?
Are we doing that? Are we doing that?
I was
Sad
not going to
face.
announce it.
Or,
I just
Sad
wasn't going
face.
to announce it.
He can't announce it now that nobody's fucking watching.
that's exactly the time to do it.
No.
That,
It has
come
to be when
on.
most of our guys are on.
Come on. We'll do it again next week. But what's this about? Nobody's talked about this tonight. It's been the elephant in the room. It has absolutely... It wasn't the deprivation tank. It wasn't the deprivation tank. So what's going on, man? What's happening? You better be fucking moving, because if you just leave the show to leave the
Argentina.
show,
No, it's not.
I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Oh, it's
Awesome,
from
dude.
Argentina. Okay. Damn.
I would like to try that.
What's in it? What are the ingredients for a Fernet?
Yeah, what
Fernet.
type of drink is it? Like, tell us about it.
Gin, vermouth, chartreuse.
Absolutely not in Argentina. I'm assuming none of those things.
No.
What did you? Was that a drink that you already knew and you were just saying things?
So
it sounded bad.
So Charlie this weekend, he was like, "I've been working on my perfect drink recipe," because they have a
That
huge
guy's
bar.
out of control.
They have a huge bar, and I mean, he is.
Hell of a musician.
He was
What?
fucked
Been-
up.
Been playing like violin since he was 4.
Nice.
Guitarist, mandolin player.
Both nights, this guy was fucked up, and he's like, "I'm working on my perfect drink,"
Yeah.
and it did end up being what was it? It was gin, vermouth, lime juice, chartreuse, and something else. And he's like, "Try this," and we're like, "Fuck that! No, that's gay as hell. I'm not trying that." And he's like, "Try it." And I was like, "All right." That's smooth and delicious.
Wow.
It was great.
It tasted like a Jolly Rancher.
Yeah.
Liqueur.
I'd be out.
It was
That's
good.
too sweet for me. I'm out.
It was good. I mean, it wasn't overly sweet at all. I mean, it was.
It's like
it
this.
It
but
finished.
liquor.
It finished very well. It finished very, very well. And I mean, even Sarah tried it, and she's like, "Ooh, that would mess me up." Because I mean, it was good. It was fucking good.
So, anyways,
Yes. Back to it. So what's happening now?
So this is cheers, brother. This is episode 1 of my final trilogy, The Purple Baron.
episode 4.
The Purple Baron will be no more. And it's not one of those things to where I don't think I'll necessarily like leave forever. You know, once everything goes down, everything happens. I'll Skype in from time to time. You know, I'll definitely still be.
So
here to
it
support.
is moving.
That
That is what I'm hearing.
I'll still be here to support and everything else. You know, do what I can. You know, I feel like this is just as much my baby as everybody else's. I kinda help it
Mexico?
grow.
Are you going to
And now
Mexico?
it's just I'll be in Wichita.
Okay.
So.
I figured you were helping her move a couple weeks ago. I figured that was gonna.
And that literally was just her moving from one place to the next. But it's just one of those things that we've talked about over and over again, and I just think next chapter of my life is there. So
it's happening in a month.
No, not necessarily that quickly.
Winter's a bad time.
By end of year. By end of year. I just want to make sure that if it goes the way I want it to go, it will be within the next couple of months to where I need to just start focusing on that. I have to do a lot of downsizing, moving into a smaller
You can't
apartment
just
in
get
downtown.
drunk on Tuesdays.
I
If you're
know.
here, get drunk every Tuesday.
I know, but
That's your job.
it's
That's basically what you're supposed to do.
having a type of.
You know, who knows? The first Tuesday he's gone, he might be moving and be
All
like,
right, we're looking up.
"Fuck
Live.
this sucks."
Yeah.
Be like, "God damn it, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be doing this right now." And call up, and be like, "Hey guys, you got anybody on the couch tonight?" We're like, "No, bro, just come on down." And
There you go. See,
you're just gonna show up late.
I'll just do guest appearances and
Yeah.
shit, maybe. You know.
I don't know. We're gonna have to hold tryouts.
Yeah.
So you said that, and I was like, "Oh man, Dustin's leaving the show." And this afternoon, and Les, he's like, "Oh, I know you were talking about that a while ago. That he had a girlfriend. She lives wherever, and well, is that what's happening?" I was like, "I bet that's what's happening."
Pretty much, yeah.
And then he's like, "So do you have a spot?" I was like, "Not for you, motherfucker." But then I was walking down the hall, and Troy.
What's up, Brady?
You guys have never met Troy. Troy's a nice guy. He's like, "I heard open tryouts, yeah?" I said, "Can you finish a 6-pack?" He's like, "I'll be there." I was like, "All right, man." And I was like, "Open tryouts." Open
And here,
So it's a mixed drink type thing. So it's not something like we could request from what do you call it, distillery in Argentina.
He says it's an
Something you
Italian
guys just
type
mix
of
together with a Coke.
Amora.
It's a
A
bitter
bitter
aromatic spirit.
Probably
Yeah.
aroma.
Yeah, you probably could at a specialty bar. You get a bar that has a pretty good
Amaro.
selection. They
And
might have to
then
pull
mix
up.
it with
Because
Coca-Cola.
we're looking to do more international
Well-
type reviews and shit.
We'll make it on a YouTube video, and then we'll be like, "Oh, not for me."
We're pussies in America.
Why not just drink vodka?
And another thing too is I don't know exactly what you guys had planned on after Ixnay, but I did mention to Wilcom that if something came up and we needed a spot on the couch, if you would be willing to be the fourth brew bro at any point. And it's kind of it's just my biggest thing was like, okay, who's somebody who everybody knows that would maybe like meet my dynamic of the couch. And I thought he might be the best. It was him or Elder, really, in my mind, as far as like someone who would meet like what I go for. But I talked to Elder about this a little bit today. I was like, he even said, the Wednesday after he was here, that Tuesday on cast, he was like, "I couldn't do this every week. There's no fucking way." Blah, 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 brother. He's like, "Fuck yeah!" Like he even.
I don't think that's true. The only thing that I think at the moment would stop him, Elder's been going on a cut. He's trying to get ripped like Jesus.
Yeah.
So I feel like throwing in 6 to 8 beers on a Tuesday
Every
night
week, yeah.
would ruin that for him. Welcome, I feel like I could
But you have
balance
to have a
it.
balance.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You have to go fuck my body and then be awesome to my body at the same time. It's not just all in,
That's what I'm missing.
all in on.
That's it.
The
That's
awesome
the
to my
guy.
body part.
God.
You have to do
God.
both. Otherwise, you get tired of just being good to yourself.
Yeah.
You have to go, no, fuck this. I'm going all out. And I'm going to be a shitty person today.
That's what being good about. But yes,
We're going to fucking miss you now.
he has been dying.
I'm not dead yet. You know what I'm saying?
You know what
You
I
guys
mean?
started talking. You guys started talking today in the group chat. I was like, guys, I'm not fucking dead yet. Like, This wasn't my like, hey, like tomorrow you'll never see me again kind of thing.
So, Elder, welcome. I like Adam.
Okay,
But
my
Adam's out of
opinion,
town all the time.
that and also it would become let's talk about fucking UFC. The entire cast with Tate.
Yeah, that's true. Look at him. He already knows.
I love Adam to death.
Dude.
But that's what, because here's the thing.
Darren Till
Ponchos.
versus Tyrone Woodley this past weekend.
Nah. This is what's happening now. Okay, so every time we've been to Ponchos, that's what it turns into. That's what it'd be like every
True.
Tuesday for you.
Jessica
Very
Andrade with that one-shot
See?
KO dropping.
You want
That
this
shit,
every
but-
fucking week?
125 pounds, flat KO's a chick, cold, first round.
But
Unheard
imagine
of.
getting a guy who drinks no beers on here and we convert him. Oh my god. Maybe that's what it is for 6 or 12 weeks. We get people on here, conversion weeks. Fucking conversion weeks.
Commitment.
All it is.
Commitment to craft beer sign-ups.
Yeah.
And then we fucking throw you the curb.
You know what? Oh! Nicole, if you actually want to be on this couch,
Yeah,
Yes.
fucking message us.
Yes.
We'll get a date scheduled. We don't have any
Absolutely.
guests scheduled.
What time is it? You got a little bit of time.
absolutely.
God
We
damn
can
it.
we can definitely do that
What time
for
is
you.
it now, Chris? You got time. Come on, shut up.
Oh no, this is going over where it normally is. But nope, that could be fun. Also, send us your tryout videos. Fuck you, Tate at brewsbrosbs.com. You need to finish a 6-pack in an hour.
Is that
Send
an
the full
actual
video.
website yet?
No, I want to see.
What, brewsbrosbs.com?
I want to see a stealth
So the site's reserved.
chug of
You guys
a
have not
750
Give me your
liter
pictures. After we get pictures,
I gave
yes,
you one.
absolutely.
Fireball.
You give me
Try to do it in a
2.
library.
I need
Do we have any?
3.
Do we have any empty cups? I want to
3.
do a chug with
Yes,
somebody.
it was supposed to be.
That's my last 3
Supposed
episodes.
to be you facing a direction.
I don't want to do a
Plus
shotgun because both
2
these beers
pictures
would
that
be
describe
fucking
you.
terrible shotgun.
You know this place better than
So
I
it
do,
can
bro.
become a banner.
You want to do
I
a
thought
chug
it was
with me?
some mugshot.
Chug what?
Nope.
Either beer.
So you have your own banner above your
Sure.
information,
All
and
right,
it
I'll
extends
raise
across
my
the
glasses.
sides. The second
You
I
guys
have
joining
that
on
information, what?
You guys joining on chug? Either beer?
How much of a chug?
Oh, God.
Chug a beer.
Like a full beer?
I'm gonna go get cups. Some cups.
I just popped this one. Well, let's just do it in the
I
can.
don't know if I want a cup.
Yeah, let's do it in the
All right,
can.
give me a fresh.
I
either
just
one.
popped it.
Either
Yeah,
one.
the second I have
Give me an
that,
apple juice.
the rest of the site's entirely.
Chantel,
done.
where the
All it
fuck
needs
have
to
you
do is be
been?
posted. That's it.
What do you want, Jason?
All I fucking need. I've needed that from you guys for
That's
fucking
all. I'll just do
months.
apples.
want?
That's all. I'll do apples.
No, I want this guy.
You want to chug one? You want to chug that?
Yeah, I had too many of the other ones.
Chantel, what the fuck?
That's what I said. Where the fuck you been?
We have green smoothies right here. It tastes like apple juice.
And then get you. She said, "I'm shotgunning my green smoothie."
Woo!
They're these.
Fucking sour shit.
You love them, Chantel. Actually,
Look at that. That's
the green
hysterical.
screen takes out so much of the can.
And she says Radler.
It doesn't.
Hard apple.
It doesn't even affect the fact that you stand behind it.
That's funny.
Are we gonna shotgun this and then close out? Is that
We're
what
not
it's
gonna
happening?
shotgun. We're gonna
shotgun,
chug.
Or chug it and then close
Yeah,
out?
and then we'll close out.
We ain't no pussies. Our shit ain't fake.
One
We're
of
gonna
my final
chug this
3.
shit.
I think it'd be easier to stand up and chug. But then our heads will be cut off.
I'm just gonna lean back.
Yeah,
and be
we'll be
comfy.
good.
Lean back.
Well, I guess this is to Neff. Are we going to do a chug every?
I kind of want to.
God.
It's only 3 weeks worth.
Can we start off with chugging next week?
Yeah, we'll start off. We'll figure something out. All right, here we go. Anybody who's watching,
Wait,
chug with us.
is this the finish? Is that what's happening now?
Yeah, we're gonna chug
getting ready
these
to
and then we'll
finish.
finish
Hold
out.
on, hold your
Chug
breath.
and like try to gather myself and then I'm gonna chug.
I'm gonna chug. I'm like, bye guys.
Too much apple juice.
All right.
We love you all.
There we
Thanks
go.
for viewing. We appreciate it.
Love
Part
you
1
guys.
of the Neff trilogy.
Look at my
There we go, part 1.
Cheers.
God, this is so cold.
Cold.
It's very cold.
Ice cold.
I'm not gonna cheat though.
That's the way to go, boys. A little bit of belching going on. I'm gonna finish down this MoSka
Dude,
Mule as well.
It's not a bad chugger.
Alright, we love you guys.
It smells like people have been eating fucking food tonight. You motherfuckers.
Another
You
episode
stinky
of this
ass.
Brews
God damn.
Hey, make sure you guys like, share, tell your friends about the page.
That shit
We
was
want to keep this thing growing. We've been having almost 20 new likes every week. Let's keep it going.
Cheers.
I'm not making up new names next week. Fuck
Cheers.
you.
I wanna have 25. Let's do it.
Love you all.
Love you guys. Peace out.